Hi friends, this is Ashutosh, Legacy Modernization Mainframe Consultant, and I welcome you in this short video where I'm going to show you how quickly you can convert your CSS maps or CSS green screen into equivalent web pages. Before we start the conversion, I will address these 3 points. First, what are the green screens? Then how to convert them to web pages, and then the third point is I have a question for a viewer. So let's start with the first things, that what are the green screen. I'm showing you a few sample CSS screens. These screens are used for a user or a customer to input his data into the system or to view the existing data present in the system. That's why it is called customer information control systems. These screens are coded using the PMS macro, and I will show you that how the coding for the macros are done. So this is a map set. It contains the multiple maps and it is coded using this macro which you can see on the screen. Okay, so this is the map set having multiple maps present in that, and this marks the end of the map set. So we are done with the first part, that what are the green screens. Now I will show you that how to convert them to the web pages. Before that I will take you to this folder where this map set is present and it has the definition of all the maps and the sample maps images, how they looks like in a CSS screen. Now let's see how using the utility we can convert this. And now I'm choosing the default layout, that is cyan color, and now I'm loading the map or map set. I'm loading it from this location. Okay, and yeah, we are ready. This is done. Now you can see in that same folder it has extracted the map out of the map set, and we are going to convert the map into web pages. So I converted first one, second one, and this way we can convert all the maps to the web pages. So if I take you to this folder, now you can see here the HTML file we have created. The same way you can created the PHP file or the Java web page file or the Python or the Ruby and Rails or any web page layout that you wanted to. And the same way I have converted the other maps into equivalent web pages. Now let's see whether the output generated it is perfectly similar to that of the CSS screens, or how it is different, or if it is different. So this is the first screen, or the first map, and its equivalent web page you are seeing now. The second, third, this way all the things. Friends, if I show you to this first one with this first CSS screen output, then this is the CSS screen output and this is its equivalent web page. You will agree that they are perfectly matching. The same way, the second screen and the second, this one is the third with the third one. So I will tell you one more thing. The white color underline, this is the field that is used for input purpose, so where the user can input the data, and the other fields here it will show the data. So these are the non-protected, sorry, these are the protected fields and this is the non-protected field. The same thing you can verify in the CSS screen as well. And friend, now you will agree with me that in less than 1 minute we have extracted the 8 maps from one map set and we have created their equivalent web pages. So I will show you another feature also, that this was the default layout we choose. Suppose we choose the red color layout and we go again to repeat the same process, and I'm choosing this one. So these maps are overwritten, and now if I convert the red one, first one, and I take you to this screen, this is the first map. I'm refreshing it. So now you can see it has generated the red layout. The same way we can see the multiple things, the green, blue, magenta, yellow, whichever the layout you want. So I will show you the magenta layout one time. So the process is same. You just have to select the map set and done, done. Or now we will go for the second one. So here I will show you the second screen. At present, its color layout is this, which we have overwritten. And now if I refresh it, you can see the color layout is changed. So this way, not only HTML, DHTML, you can generate PHP web pages or the Java web pages, JSF, Beans, Django framework web pages, Ruby on Rail, or any web layout that you know. So the equivalent of the CSS screen we can generate. So here I'm done with the second point also. Now I have a question for the viewer. So I will ask the question. You can pause the video after that, think over it, and then you can answer it, or you can start the video again. So my question is, when we are converting this CSS screen to the web pages, what is the one most important precaution that we have to take? You can pause the video, think over it, and then start video again. Okay, so I will answer it. Uh, when we are dealing with this CSS screen, you are sure that we are using this attention identifier DFH that is the PF1, PF2, PF3, or the F1, F2, F3, F4. So when it comes to CICS, mainframe perfectly handles all these things. But when it comes to outside the non-mainframe environment, and suppose here the user presses F5, so F5, then it acts as a refresh. So whatever the PF1, PF2, or F1, F2, F3 functions are there, when we are converting them to the web pages, we have to take care that those are replaced by the equivalent other things. Like PF5 should get replaced by 5, PF6 should get replaced by 6, so that the functionality will remain intact. And we can say that when we are migrating from mainframe or the EBCDIC data pattern to non-mainframe or the window or anything, where we are dealing with the ASCII things, the keys are different. PF5, F5, F2, these keys are different. And if we are taking care of these things, then we can say that we have perfectly migrated our mainframe screens or the CSS green screen into these things. So I think that I have addressed these things also. And guys, that's all for this video.